Would help if I press the go live button, wouldn't it? Right, okay. Has anyone got the market up? Oh, the hell is this?
Easy sounds in here.
Sorry about that, guys. Right, let's get going. Let's get going. So, oh, what happened there? Have we hit full? What did we do? We hit the market has come off here, hasn't it? So let's just have a look. That was the Fracker bot. I'm just looking at history now. Oh, right, yeah, Fracker bot hit full target. So well done to everyone who had the Fracker bot on. And what we did with the PC information that's come out, market's still hot. So making the dollar stronger. So I'll just let a few more people into the room. So it is a bit of an issue, a mixed bag how the market's going to receive it today. The US markets should come down, but they have been coming down for a bit. So we'll probably see the market come down to the close, and that should be good. So we've got our stop now. We took half off before PCE. So we took 0.5% at 21 pips, and we're now going for a humongous target down here. I think what we'll do is we'll walk the 15-minute fracker down, and we'll see how that goes on there. So we're going to put the fracker down here, and we're looking for the market. We're looking for a huge target. Whether we'll get this today, I'm not sure. With a 20 pip stop, that would be a 5.45% target. But since we've already took 0.5% off, that'll take us down to 3% if we take this. But we can also watch this for the market to help pull the FTSE down, and also to potentially put another 15-minute trade into this. Should we get a wee pullback, I'd like to see this come down even further. So is everyone in there okay? Are there? Anyone?
Yeah, I'm in it, Steve.
Right, okay. Thought I was talking to myself.
No.
You can see everyone in the room all sat there quiet and talking, and thinking, is me flipping mic on? Right, let's quickly scoot into gold. So we're up on gold. Andy, did you take that trade that I mentioned this morning?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's just up a little bit at the moment.
Yeah. So we've got a 23.99 target on here, and do you know what? I'm going to put some alerts on this above the 200 EMA. Let it get a bit more of a. I'll tell you what. Let's do it at the 1% level, and then see if it's going to get a wiggle on, and then we can add to that. Just going to have a look at the DAX, see if the DAX has got the that feeling. So getting down into the detail, I don't know if Jeff and Kevin are on yet. No, they're not. They'll be on a bit later, probably. So the gap was closed there. So well done to everyone who traded the gap there. That was a nice gap close. I'm going to look for some gap closes again on the US markets. So really, let's just have a look. It does look like it's getting a wiggle on, doesn't it? So I'm just looking at this structure here. What can we see anything for the mark? Ah, yes, we have. We've got a little bit of a pullback here. This could be a big trade. So if we break Camarilla breakout long, we're looking for 18,598. That's what I am looking for. Let's do a quick. What time is it? I've got lots of time till the open. So just going to take an extension up here and we'll have to make some assumptions, and let's make that assumption there. So we have a if this impulsive move is the same, I'm not sure it's going to be because we've got Camarilla breakout long in the way. And it's well, I'll tell you what, I'll put the I'm only keen if we get a C-ball breakout, really. I know we've got quite a few DAX traders, but let's just have a little look. I'm just going to put that little interim target here. What can I? That'll be a expansion target. Just so we know what that is. And then we'll take that off. And we'll just get down into the detail a wee bit. All right. So you can see on the some really nice impulsive moves here at the 5-minute level. You can see them here. Look at this. A retest back down into the close, impulsive wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2. Second one potentially broken. So if you're going to trade this, well, frog in my throat today. If we're going to trade this, then we're probably actually where have we got? We've got the BRN in the way, of course. I'll just put this in. So you got this will always cause a problem. Always BRNs markets always work and bounce off BRNs. So as you know, it's just gone and done it again. So it's probably going to have another attack on the BRN. So I'm just letting some more people in the room. So if we have a little look at what this breakout might, so this fractal here caused a base on the fracker here. So I'm just looking to see if we can get a cheeky frac between here and Camarilla breakout long. 24, 20, 26. Yes. Right, so we're looking at 26 pip stop, 26 pip target on a fractal breakout into the cam level. Whoops. What have I just done now? 26. So let's let's have that on 1%. We'll give that just an extra bit of juice. Let's just have a look. I would like to go into the cam level for this, so we'll front run the cam level. What's the cam level? 24. So we get this into 22. Where's my pen? I'll just write these down because we get carried away with all the trades. So that, and then we've got to move on to the American markets and have a look at the American markets. 8387. Don't forget your FTSE frackers. Get those FTSE frackers switched on, and I think we'll probably be okay into the end of the day on that. The market is, while American markets are leaning because of the PC data, American markets are leaning to the bearish side at the moment because of a stronger dollar. But the PC really hasn't given the dollar much strength, to be fair. So we're looking at this fractal breakout with a 35 pip target. We're looking to add to this with a 1.34% on that. So that's done. I'm going to put an alert here in case the fractal structure is broken first, and then we can then we'll take that one off. Okay. So we're in at 18,387, 26 pip stop, 35 pip target into the cam level. Right, you can see OBV on balance volume. The volume's still up. We had a bit of a bounce off the big round number, but we know that was going to happen anyway. Let's just go and have a quick look at that down. Right, so let's just zoom right out. So we've got our daily levels in here. This market has been coming down for quite a while, hasn't it? It's really since we have reached these highs, we had 8 days, 8 down days, and 3.7% has come off the market. Daily windows, as you know, doesn't really mean a lot to a day trader, really. We're more interested in 4-hour support and 1-hour support. We have come off the 4 hours, some 4-hour structure here, still trading above the 4-hour EMA. We are going against the trend. So if we're going to close this gap, the gap was closed quite nicely yesterday. I thought, oh, I'm going to have a check. Are these levels correct? Because I could have sworn I wrote something in. Did I write it in on a 1 hour? Yes, there's yesterday's gap that got hit very nicely. So just looking at our levels, I'll just put the levels that we all look at here. So we've got a 30% ATR, 123 pips. So the ideal a minimum of 62, ideally 123 away from the close. Let's just have a look at that. Let's get into the detail. Got loads of time left yet. So we're above the daily pivot. We've got Camarilla breakout long as a potential stopping point for the 123 pip stop. Let's just get this ruler, measure this gap, this reverse frac gap. Oh, flipping heck. Yeah. That's quite interesting. With the PCE data, where the market's been strong, this should come crashing off. But you never know how the market's going to receive it. It's easily said. It's a different thing actually trading it. So let's we're a bit early yet. It's 13 minutes past, but to do this trade, it would be a 1, 2, 3. That's the ideal position away from the gap, which is all the way, which is a break under the daily under the daily pivot, or we can just take a break under this 15-minute fractal reversal. We've got the market trading under the 9 EMA. That's quite interesting, right? What I don't want to do is get tagged in and then tuck straight up, because we don't know what's going to happen in the market. All right, yeah, hi guys. So let's just thinking what to do. We can go for a humongous target here. So what our stop is based on a 30% ATR. So we don't expect the market to move really a 30% ATR in cash that quickly. And we've got a closing gap, which is going to be an attractor. After the PCE data, we just don't know how people are going to receive it. We know what should happen. The market should come crashing off. Not crashing off, but it should come down. But we're at the level now. It's been coming down for quite a while now. We're only 3.7% down. So it's not really any great shakes of a pullback. Right. Let's have a look at where this fractal reversal is here. We could have a pretty a monster trade on here, a gap trade, but we're going against the trend, so we're going to risk half. We can risk 0.5% for 224. So I'm going 224, and we've got 123 stop. So if we die, that's only 0.5% risk. So that should get us 0.9%. So I'm going to put that in now as a breakdown into, I've done it the wrong way around the way, haven't I? 224, 224, 123. So that's a 30% ATR stop. And we're going to take, I'm just going to take an extra bit of wiggle room coming down in case the market comes down, tags in the lows of this fractal, and then moves off. So we've got 0.5% risk on that. Let's just have an alert there. We'll put an alert for later when the market's moving down at the daily there, the daily pivot. Let's just go and have a look at the S&P. Right, so back at there on the S&P. So I've just left all these tags in where all of the buys, major swing buys have been going in, investing buys. These are the stops, of course. They're the breaks. They're the breaks. I haven't personally done those myself, as you know. It's the son who does these. So this market, wow. Mickey Long will be having a whirl of a time on that. Well, that's a reasonable, healthy pullback. It'd be nice to see it come all the way down to these levels, but the market, the OBV, on balance, the market's coming down, of course. And so it should with the dollar being strong. Well, strong's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek. On the Richter scale, it's only measuring 3.5 at the moment. So it's not that strong at all. So we've got a mixed view, mixed bag. We've got a closing gap down here, which would be nice. So what we're going to do, I would like to fade down into the close. In other words, I don't want to short this, especially we're trading above the daily pivot, because the traders might have thought, a lovely little bounce off cam level, Camarilla breakout long, cam bounce. So that's quite interesting. Went straight on the nose. Some reason I've got a croaky voice today. Probably talking too much. Right. Yes. I guess I'll highlight it for traders. I'm not going to trade it myself. I don't like going against the S&P unless it's an absolute humdinger. But there's a decent gap there. The 30% ATR on the S&P today is 23 pips. So we've got a huge gap, quite an extraordinary gap on the S&P. But what I don't want to do is load everything up with lots of risk everywhere. We're going to take these. We might have to take these sequentially, manage the risk, make things as it gets into motion risk-free if it goes in the direction we want it to, and then sequentially look at a break of the low into the close. I don't normally do this, as you know. But we've got a 19 pip here, which is, the 50% ATR is 12. We would always trade a 12 pip gap on the S&P, ideally up, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look at that. Let's have a look at that NASDAQ. 10 minutes to go, so loads of time. Pull the NAS out. Again, that's been coming off quite a bit. The thing that I'm really kind of interested in, when we get towards 4 o'clock today, I think we might have to look at some weekly call options on the American markets for next week. We are really overcooked on the stocks, you can see here. But on balance, we are coming down. Rencos are red. The market is, and we're trading the 9 EMA. There is nothing good to look at here. Right, that's interesting. There is a nice structural break on this NAS here. That's on the fractal. So if you get above here, then I think all bets are off for the market to start coming up. And we'd be trading above Camarilla breakout long. Let's just get into the 1 hour. That's I've identified that already as a level break. Now, if we get above the cap, there's an alert going off there. What's the alert? So the alert is Germany coming down, breaking fractal structure. So again, we're above the daily pivot. So what I will do here, we're going to use the Dow because it's got the biggest volatility. And we're going to put an alert down at this daily pivot. See if the market's going to come down, close this open gap. Or if we get a breakout of the Camarilla breakout long, then we'll probably have a look at the market trading at a 5-minute fractal into the high and then hopefully beyond. But again, as a day trader, you have to trade what you see. Let's go and have a look at that DAX because we've got 8 minutes left before the market opens. And that fractal that we set up on 5 minutes has been broken. So this structure is now broken. So we're going to cancel the trade. So that actual, from a risk management point of view, that structure is no longer a structure we can use. So we need to reevaluate what we're going to do on the DAX. Let's just have a little look. We've still got that expansion target, haven't we? Into play. And it's doing what it says on the candle course. When you see markets get impulsive move, sideways movement, and then the markets nearly always, there we are, got consolidation there. I keep saying it every day, but you got to keep remembering that when the market's moving up on a nice impulsive wave like this, especially Aiki flat bottoms, the chances of breaking out to the top side are very high. So you'll be looking for a breakout. Well, there's a breakout candle there. You can see at that level. We don't trade 1 hour candles. We get into the detail a little bit more. So let's see. So where would that breakout candle? It would have been this candle here, breakout there. Boom, and the market would have come up. It's hit the BRM. So let's have a think. I think we just need to go with some alerts here, guys. If it decides to come off, and the American markets should come off, and what happens, and what traders do in reality is that's somewhat different sometimes. But we need to have a look at what we're going to do. Let's have a little look at crude, because let's save this. FTSE still doing nothing. There's nothing to see on the FTSE, but our trades on. We've got the fracker robots on as well. We're certainly going to have a look at it though a little bit later. Crude. Let's go and have a look and see what's happening with this crude. Right, so we're coming down to 50% retrace level now, and we're got a pretty monster trade on there. So that's 50. It was 20 pips stop. We're now 58 pips. So we've took profit off. And we've got a stop to entering. I wonder if we can do a structural stop on the fractals. Yes, we can. So you can see this structure here. We've got some really nice fractal structure coming down, and the breakout fractal structure is really nice because we're identifying all the breakout trades that we've not took. We use a robot and that just smashed the market. So that was very nice indeed. So we've made our rupees there. And these are all the different trades on a one-to-one that you could have took. We didn't take them. I don't know if anyone in the room did. I don't really recommend 5-minute trading on on oil unless you're going to sit on it. But as a structure for tracking a stop, that would be nice. So we've got a fractal here. We'll round that up to 77.62 plus 3 pip spread. That's 65 and an extra pip to stop a double tap reversal, 66. So we're now going to bring our stop down to 66 and bank more, guarantee more profits. So we're rupee collecting now. So we've already banked half at 21, and now we've got 31 at 0.5%. So we've got another just over a half. So we've locked in 1% profit. So if the market all goes wrong, we'll make 1%. If the market goes really well, then we'll make an awful lot more. This is the Friday target that we're heading for. We may well see a lot of trigger fingers here around at the 50% retrace. A lot of people might take it down into that like soft tissue there. So you can see here this market has been excuse me. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So you can see it's run through a bit of consolidation there. The market's been up, reversed again, come up, reversed before an impulsive breakout. So this is a 50% retrace level. And actually, is it? Because was that done yesterday? Let's just have a retrace. We've got 2 minutes left, so we've got plenty of time to get back to that down. Just see if we still got on that 50% level. Yeah, it's still that is correct. So we might see some profit taking here. The option here, of course, guys, is you could take 67 pips. Well, 68 pips now, divided by 20, divided by 2, is you're going to add 1.7% to your crude trade that you've already got. People tell me what you're doing, what you're thinking of.
Take 1%. Well, I took 1% just before the news, Steve, and now I'm just coming up for another 1% where I re-entered. So I'm thinking take 1%.
So we've got 1.7% here if we take this, which makes us 2.2% on crude. Do you know what? Shall we do that? The on-balance volume is down. I'm just thinking of any potential spike. When the American market opens, we do get a movement, and we sat on a potential. Look at this. Let's just take that. Let's take that. We'll take that out. So we're banked 2.2 in total now. 0.5 the first one, and then 1.7 on the second trade. What we'll do, we'll alert this now, because we want to get this market finished off down to here. It's got a few seconds left, so let's just run over to the Dow and let's see if we can get this gap closed. We'll get this down to a 1 minute chart. We'll have a look at that structure. So the market should run down. If everything's correct, then we should get the market running down. Let's see. So we're open, 4 seconds open. The market's come down and give it a little double tap here. This is why can you see there? It's just clicked in. If we put a fractal under there, it would have took it. If we put an order in there, it would have took us out. Well, not took us out. It would have took us into the market, and we want it to confirm it's coming down. That's crude now coming down. So let's have a look at what this is going to do. I'd be keen to try and get a higher level with a decent fractal on the Dow with a stop above the cam level. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the market up alert into the 2-day high there. So if we do get structural break, a reversal structural break, bit clearer on the 5 minute there. We've got a double tap here. If you put your order in too early, it would have took you up now. And you'd be, that would certainly focus your mind. We get a high test Icon-Ashi here, which is looking quite nice. Let's go back and have a look at that crude, because it's saying that crude is ready again. Let's have a look at crude. All right, OBV. The OBV9 is it's quite interesting. Since I put the OBV9 sort of video out, people didn't know about it on YouTube. We've had quite a lot of people getting the OBV9, and the feedback's quite good, quite astonishing, really. People aren't realizing just how good it is. Spots the volume before the candle. You see it on the candle. Lets you know there's something ready to go. So we are quite close. If we get a fractal break here, it's only 20 odd pips. Let's have a look in the. Can we do? Is the integrity of the 15? Yeah, the integrity of the 15-minute fractal, 5-minute fracker is still there. There is a fractal formation that's going to come in here. So that gives us the opportunities. Market slow. If there's a fractal break there, I'm just thinking if we can use that as a little bit more of a wiggle down. The important thing is the stop. 24 plus 3, 27 plus 1, 28 pips. Right, we do have an opportunity for the 61.8 Fibo to be whacked. 28 and 28, we're going to go for that next structural breakdown. So that's where the actual number is. We're going to round that down to 19 plus the spread. We'll have to take that down again to 16. Can we take that to 16? I think we 16. Yeah. We'll have to watch this carefully. And the market is pulling up. If I put an alert on this bar here, which is the reverse fracker. So if that gets hit, then we need to revise an entry. If it doesn't get hit, then we're on our way, potentially. So there's crude. What's happening with gold? Right, that's moving off. There's another 15-minute fracker here. I'm just thinking if you wanted to, it's quite okay. We certainly could reduce our risk from 10.5. 10.5 to 2. And then if you wanted to, we could add to this trade on a 15-minute frac. Let's just have a look at the 5-minute frac. No, they can see the structure here. It's no good for a stop structure on the 5-minute unless we can add frac 2. Get rid of the stop on breakout 1 and use a CP2 as the stop for that breakout on a 5-minute frac. Let's just have a little look at what that looks like. 8. We could 3 pip, 0.3 of a pip. We'll see if we could get in at 23.85 quite easily. And have our stop down here again. That would be 6.9. Round that to 7. There's a round number. Can we get to a round number without any harm? Yeah, we can. Seven and seven. And we're gonna frack that one 1%. 8.5. 80.5, we should say, for an add, for a fractal add. Boom, and we're in. So gold, we're in once, and we've got hardly worth any. We've got 2 pips. We're at risk by 0.19 of a percent, so that's fine. So we've got gold in at 2375.5. It was 10.5 pip stop and a 23 target. And we've added a 5 min frac. 5 min frac. 23 or 8.5. And we've done a 7.7 for 1% trade on that. So we've got hardly anything at risk there. I'm not sure why that alert is there. I'll just zoom out and let's take a bit of a helicopter view. That was the 1% target. That's a 1% target for the initial trade here that we entered here. So the risk was down here under the swing low. We're moving our risk up with the fractal structures. So we're 0.5% up there now. We're double bubble in here. And things could look quite nice. We'll have to see how that transpires. Right, let's go back. I'll tell you what, let's just go and have a quick look. And let's put the OBV into view. So we have got the Aussie dollar going in against the weak US dollar. So quickly have a look. Dixie should be pointing down. Yes. So that means Euro USD and cable should be pointing up quite nicely indeed. And that's exactly what will happen. I'll show you. Compare instrument, Euro USD. I'll just have to type that one in. Euro USD. That will be the opposite direction there. Yeah, there it is. There you can see there. So again, a little tip: if you want to trade Euro USD or cable, there's a Euro USD. If you see the dollar basket coming down, you will see the dollar weakening, of course, against the euro, since the euro is a 57% constituent of the dollar basket. So it's a really good indication. You know, if it starts pushing off, then the euro is going to start going up. Cable will to a lesser extent as well. So it's cable there now. So that's why the Aussie USD is coming down, going up because we're a weak dollar. There's cable on my list here. US dollar. That's not as it's highly correlated, but it still is. So you can see the correlation there, it's not as high at all. But the emphasis is, well, it's indecisive, and that's exactly where it is. Right, get back to that US. So we are, this has come up with a fracker box, of course, to get this thing. So these Aussie USD bots have had 100% track record, haven't they? Did it yesterday, we made a quick 1.7% out of that. And it's saying switch them on now. Look at that 4-hour overextension. It's how long will this last? How long will this last is the issue, really. Whenever with the 1 hour should be overcooked as well. Yeah, it's up on the 70th percentile. You could trade that directly as well. Everything's pointing down. We are trading above the 9 EMA, so that's obviously a watch out. We could manually trade this, or we could look for the market, put the bot on, and let the market do its thing. So I think in the next probably 2 to 4 hours, the market will turn around and go short. Right. Do you know what? I'm just going to look, see if I've got the bots on, what bots I've got trading at the moment. Just put these on. So we've got the FTSE fracker is working at the moment. Aussie USD is set ready, already set. That reversed after making 1.8 pip. I think it did. Let's get rid of this alert for the moment. Get rid of those. There's an alert going off we need to have a look at. Wall Street. All right. So looks like the Dow's got a wiggle on. Will we get this gap close? I'm not sure. Let's go and have a look at the Dow. Not trading the Dow. And look at that cam breakout level. So we've got this big structural hole. Right. So what we can do here, we're not going to trade the Dow long. What we're going to do is not necessarily walking the dog. We are going to put a short trade under Camarilla breakout long, and we can monitor that over the next few hours. So what we're going to do is move the trade up right under the cam level. Make sure you get a cam break. Leave the 30% ATR stop. And what we're looking for is this market to roll off. Whether it'll do that or not, it's not looking that likely. We'll zoom out and have a little look, but it is looking quite positive. We'll bring our stop all the way down into these levels here. That will do 2 pip front run. So we're looking at a bit of a monster trade there if it happens. And you can't trade everything at once. What you can do is use lots of alerts. Let's just have a look at where we are here. So this levels, as you can see, this 4-hour levels here quite key. If this breaks out, then it will change structure. In the market, we've got a big round number to trade up to. Just going to put a fibber on the 4-hour. It's highly likely that's beaten the 78.6% retrace. That's not the one, it's that one. Yeah, if we get a 78.6 retrace, it's highly likely to do a full retrace. We'll put an alert into there. It's interesting that's going, the Dow's going long. It's all old school, isn't it? Should imagine the S&P's coming down though. Let's have a go and have a look at that S&P.
There's a gap up at 665 on the Dow as well.
Ah, when's that from, Jeff?
I'll let you know in a sec. Hang on.
665. Right, okay.
Friday the 19th, so a week ago.
19th.
Yep.
Right, so we have got a magnet there. We have got a closing gap to head for, which makes things a bit different because if we do break out, we're likely to go for that gap. I don't know why I missed that. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah. So I'm just running these totals. Be interesting to see what the P&L comes out. That's at the end of the day. So just on this afternoon's efforts, 2.2. Right. I think we need to look at this a lot later in the day. There's got another alert going off. Right. Just bring it onto the screen. Every time I bring it up, it goes off, and every time I bring it up, it disappears. Looks like it's both alerts have gone off on the NAS. So let's go and have a look at that NAS. Have we alerted this off already? Yes, we have. We need to break out of here. And we'll put an alert as a breakdown on here as a reversal. Don't want a huge stop on this. We just need to monitor this. It looks like it certainly is getting the wiggle on. Look at that fractal breakout here. You would never, hindsight's always the best way to trade, but you've got a closing gap there. You've never have gone long here. No doubt you'll see some people on YouTube later on over the week saying what a great trade that they did. On hindsight, nothing recorded. I shouldn't say that. That's right. NASDAQ. Right, now this is where I would get interested below this pivot for this gap on the NAS. Let's get down into the detail on this. Damn, I waited too long. We want to break. So we've got the NASDAQ breaking. We've got that structure here. It needs to be broken under that daily pivot. And then we could really have a go at closing that gap, which is reasonably significant really under here. 75 pips. The ATR on NASDAQ today is 62. So it's compliant with impulsive moves, so that's fine. Just need to make sure that we catch it if we can. It's all about being patient, isn't it? Knowing when to snipe, when to get in, when to get out. Let's go and have a look how that. I'll put the PM up So you just put this, just spreads it over a few screens so I can see everything at once. So we've got the FTSE 14 pips underwater with a 22 pip stop. It's still trying to go. We've got gold up, making money on both trades at the moment. We've got crude looking like it wants to break down. We've got the S&P trying to stay up. It's trying its hardest to stay up, isn't it? Let's go and have a look at that on a multi-time frame setup on an MTF 4 filter. Let's just go and have a look at it. So we've got the Renko's up green. We need to be trading above 54.64. Up here. We've got one filter, yes. Two filters, second filter, no. Third filter, yes. Fourth filter, no. So we've got 2 out of 4, which is no good for going long. And we've got a hole to fill here. We've got this fractal shorter still coming up here. I'll just put the well, we're on 4 filters set on. We may as well just run the 4 filter algos and have a look if there's anything long. So 7 opportunities. FTSE being one of them that we don't want to see. Bitcoin. That's getting a wiggle on, isn't it? Bitcoin's a screaming buy. Absolutely, there we are. That's the alert on that bar. Let's just go and have a look at Bitcoin. Bear with me 1 minute, because you know I trade Bitcoin, and we've been trading out every one of these impulsive waves up, and took the profits into this little corner here rather than wait. I've just been giving it a little push. So we've got a Renko block here, which tells me that this market's coming off at the moment. We must have had a series of trades. We've got a long rejection bar here. So it's got 5 consecutive. There has been a 5 consecutive block. But the structure's intact, isn't it? Every 1 minute. I won't be a minute. Well, I could switch the robot on, couldn't I? I'll just run it into a Bitcoin view. 1 minute won't be long. How many pips have we got up to there? Not many. 500 pips. No, I'll be patient. I'll wait to see if we can get a pullback. Or BV9 give us an impulsive indication here to go long again. I'm going to put. I'll leave this. I'll put an alert for a pullback. And I'll big round number 70,000. What's that? I've got an alert screaming in my ear. You probably won't be able to hear it because I've got sound suppression software running. So we've got the US. We've got a breakout of the tech. I'm just take all these. Take these alerts off. And Germany on a breakout as well. So we best go and have a look at these. First of all, okay, it's Wall Street on the breakout as well. So we've got breakouts on Wall Street, the Nasdaq, and the DAX. So let's go and have a look first on the NAS. That was the first alert. It's obviously reversing. Yeah. There, the OBVs going. Oil was just triggered in. So what can we do with it? I think with this, we should get this gap closed. We really should. But it's not counting for what happens in the market. The market is, as you know, the market is definitely technically bearish. We're under the 200 EMA and we're under the 100 EMA. There's no two ways about this. This is bearish. From where? We don't know. Ideally, it would come up to C-bolt and we just shot the backside of it down into the close. That would be the perfect storm. But we're a lot of hours away from that yet. Maybe we should just wait a little bit for either the market to pull up to camera the breakout long or to break this pivot and finish it off into that close. Yeah, I think we'll wait on that one. Let's go and look at the Dow. Well, it might be going for that gap. Are you trading the gap, Jeff? Oh, is Jeff in? Is he gone?
No, I'm here. No, I'm not. I'm not. I was just a little bit concerned because we sort of were in the midway of two gaps.
Yeah, absolutely.
One below, 39 odd, and this one above.
Yeah,
And plus yesterday's closing gap. So no, I didn't trade it.
it's it's like in no man's land, isn't it? At the moment. It's just a waiting game. I haven't got high hopes. Been leaving gaps all over the place, isn't it? Let's have a look at crude.
No, there's only three gaps. Yesterday's one and two other ones. That's it for that's the only gaps on the Dow.
We only want to deal with one at a time. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Right, so we're coming down. We've had that break. And we're into the money. Now we need the crude to finish off on its 61.8%. And we need that to bank. That would make it that would make 3.2% on crude today. So this one's 28 and 28. Aussie USD fracker has opened. If you've got it on, I've just seen it flash up before my eyes. That's opened. And the FTSE's just closed. Also, let's get an alert down here. We're nearly halfway there now. We're just going to put an alert down into this soft tissue here, because when we get down to here, halfway, we want to be looking at a stop to entry, I think. In case we're coming, because we are really coming, we'll go into a very small time frame, a 1 minute time frame, and we'll squeeze as much as we can down to 61.8. So we're 10 pips up at the moment. So let's see what's happened with gold. People running from crude, they should be piling in. Gold should be getting a wiggle on. It isn't, is it really? But that when a breakaway on the frac here, it's breaking away. Moving on, so we're 0.75% up on the first trade. We probably can make that. We'll make that completely risk-free now. The second trade, we're just under 0.5%. OBV is telling us it's all pretty okay. Volume is still coming through. We're on a breakaway there, guys. So we caught it before the breakaway. This is the 1% level here for this trade down here. Anybody in these trades that I'm doing at the moment?
Yeah, I'm in them all, Steve.
Yeah.
Cool. Doing okay on gold. We're doing okay on the foot. I did say Aussie. We do need to go and have a look at Aussie USD. There's the 1%. So you could bank one, but that was a 1% hit there if you wanted to take that, an alert for that. I'm personally not going to. I'm just thinking that if we could walk this dog, what's the walking the dog up here under that flat bottom? It's 4 pips. That's not 0.5%.
That's gold, that is, Steve. Yeah.
It is gold, yeah.
Yeah.
What I was going to do is walk up. It's 10.5 pips. That was a stop. So it's not quite 1% now. And I ideally going 1-to-1s all the time are pretty good for day trading, as everybody knows. There's a 1% here. We're over 0.5% up here and nearly 1%. You've got nearly 1.5 here. That would take today's total to 3.5 in the afternoon. But we did have some losses this morning. We've got some puts on as well. And there's no fat lady being singing yet. So it's all to play for at the moment. So we broke these highs. Let's zoom out a little bit of a helicopter view. See where we are. We'll just put a fib on this structure. This target, I think what did I base this target on? Let's just have a look at that expansion. It might have not. It might have been. No, it wasn't. Right, the 161's up here. This is just a BRN, sorry, big round number target. Yeah, so it's a BRN. So there's the 1% now. Well, they're coming up for a 1% knockout in here. If we get that target, then that will give us 1% on gold. And then that will get us heading up towards the larger target up there. So I think that missed it by this a wee bit of the spread there. So it should pull through and get that. Sometimes as traders you can get paranoid really as the move comes up, just misses your target by a small amount and then reverses. Where did that go to? 387.5. So we missed that by 0.03 of a pip. But you know, that's not a problem. What we should do on this one now is, because the market hasn't quite hit that, we'll make that a completely free. Let's zoom into the detail a little bit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move this other stop here under this fractal structure, 5-minute structure now. Here, so in the whole scenario, we can't lose anything. If it all goes P-Tom, we'll just win. And if it goes on to hit the targets, we'll win more, of course. I'll just stay here for a while. I'm looking at oil as well. Oil's come down nearly halfway as well. As soon as this gets hit, if indeed it does get hit, here's a question. Has anyone took the profits?
Not yet.
No, oh, right. I'm impressed.
So am I. My fingers hurting.
Yeah, yeah, excruciating pain.
I know. I'm breaking out in sweats and all sorts here.
Yeah,
I do like to take 1%.
you'd like to take 1%.
I always like to take 1%, but I'm holding out at the moment.
Good. You could put this halfway up, of course. If it goes wrong, you win 0.5%. If it's right, then you then make 1%. So you could do that. It's the 3.5. So the way to do that is just hit 3.5 on here. And you've got two scenarios now by illustration here is, if the market pulls back, you'll make 0.5%. If the market pushes through, you make 1. Really, as a trader, you don't really care. Your preference is that you're going to make 1, of course, but you're completely risk-free. No matter what happens, you make money. You know, and we've got this second trade down here backing it up. We really do need to look at crude. It's really piled off now. It's 21 pips. I would like to wait. Can I pull a crude chart up? We're going to do a little picture-in-picture. So obviously I can't share 2 screens at once. But you can see we've got crude here looking for 28 pips in this bottom corner here. Oh, I haven't disconnected it. Flipping heck, hang on a second. Let's just move this crude down to 4. Let's move crude down to 14, just over 14 to 15. And you can't look at everything at once. It's try to pick all the profits all at once. Let's get into crude, because this is really into the minutiae detail. We missed the full profit by the spread, and we're probably going to get stopped there. So that's a bit unfortunate. So we did 15 pips, so we're just over 0.5%. That's a bit unfortunate, but you can't look at all of these things all the time, and that's a problem. This is where we called the bottom, and we were called the bottom at 87.6, and the actual bottom came in at 87.1. So we were wrong by 0.04 of a pip. But if you traded that when you saw that with the spread, you'd have probably whacked it. But never mind. It's all part of the learning, isn't it? A good part of doing this and these sessions is while you're learning, you're making money all the time as well. And that's exactly what you want to be doing. So we missed the FTSE hitting full target, but very nice that we did hit full target. And we've then just made 1% on. So we've done 1.6% on those two trades and missed seeing them both come in on exactly where we wanted them to. But never mind. What we can do now, we can look at how these impulsive waves are moving. And it's now starting to adhere. No, it isn't, not quite there. Let's just put this step 2 on of the fracker. So configure it, have the short switched on, and we'll have the bottom one switched off. So you can see here, this one here turns off. So what we're going to use, we're going to use CP2, closing price 2, on a fractal structure as a stop, because as you can see, as the market moved off at 2:30, we adhered to that structure. So the breakouts are still on 1. So boom, breakout there, boom, breakout there. We've done the trades. We're on this one now. And what we can do now is we can move our stop up to, I'll just put this out the way a minute. That will form a structure. That's there now. I don't have to explain it. You can see. So that structure here, we're locking in nearly 1%. 1% is 10.1, so we're locking in 0.9%. So if we get the trade wrong, we're going to make nearly 1%. If we get the trade right, we're going to do significantly better. I don't know what is that. 23 pips. So we'll make 2.3% roughly. Oh, we're losing everybody.
No, I'm still here, Steve. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to go anywhere. This is the smallest attendance we've ever had. So I might just kick it in touch doing the Friday afternoon sessions. So I don't want to really spend my time trading live if we're not going to get a lot of people in the room. I would have expected quite a few people inside the room today, but they're not. But I have said we're going to keep the room open into the close, so we will for this week. And right, okay, Tony's still there. All right, some of you have gone on to YouTube. All right, yeah, great. So we're still open, so we'll still keep trading. Well, I'd be trading anyway, and so I may as well leave it open for everybody. So you can keep trading this structure again and again and again. Do we want to trade it again? So we've done on crude. What have we done with crude now? I've got crude at 0.5, crude at 1.7 profit, crude.
I just hit 1% profit on crude, Steve.
Yeah, great. Crude again. That's really well done. 2.2 on crude plus another 0.6 on crude. I know you did more than that, but that's 2.8% on crude so far. So I'll just write this down so I don't forget. So I can go back and look. It's 2.8 on crude. Gold at the moment we're guaranteed, what are we guaranteed? 1.9% on crude. We're guaranteed 1.9% because of our stops. So this afternoon's shaping up okay, really. At the moment, we've got a run of 4.7%. I know some people in the room have done better than me, so that's good. Let's go and have a little look on crude again. See if it, what about they are, so it hit my target eventually. So when we're doing the risk management point, we come out at 0.6. If we'd held the stop, we'd come in there. So it's quite interesting. It hit our target there. It come through here, reverse slightly, bears having none of it, and it come down and smacked it. So that's where I was happy to today. That's what we forecast this morning, and that's what we've hit. So I'm fairly happy with that. My bigger target on an impulsive move is here, but I think we're a couple of trading, at least one trading day away from this. And zoom out a little bit. So we are overcooked completely on this. This is interesting because I would expect FTSE now to be coming off. And look at that. It's come straight out of our sell zone. So this should be a nice trade tonight. Not tonight, from 4 o'clock onwards. So structure has changed. This is what we're looking at this morning, the market coming down. And I was looking at here as being the absolute max the market would come through. How wrong can you be? I mentioned that this morning. You never know what traders and the market makers are going to do, the larger institutional traders. It's absolutely blown this out of the water completely. So there is a lot of scope here for selling off into the close. Now, the issue here, of course, is here. We've momentarily broken the 4-hour 200 EMA, which means the market is now moving in impulsive fashion. And, of course, we've got that 9 cross. This 9 cross, you've got to be very, very careful that this 9 cross. Once it crosses on the 4-hour, it is a pretty damn good indicator for it, not multi-day, but a good indicator. That on the 4-hour and the 1-hour. Wow. So what we're doing here, we're looking for the market to come down into this frac. So yeah. Okay, so it did that, but we were hanging on for this trade here. No, I'll get that right. We had a trade on, and we've been stopped on here. We've been bashed in the nose with the FTSE today. The DAX has hit the BRN, and it looks like it might have reversed. We've got the gold up 13 points now. So gold's up 1.3% as well. So we might have put some alerts and leave this because we can come back and give it a tickle later on. This is another area that it may stop at. I'm just wondering whether. Let's just have a look from the close. The 5-day ATR trade. So we're looking at 82 pip run. Let's have a look at that. See, we've had a 5 days. Let's have a look at that run. So that's this morning. Have we made more than, or has the market run at more than 82 pips? Yes, it has. So there's a 25 pip. That is the trade. That is a trade. Let's have a look, see if we can walk a dog into that on 25. Let's just have a little look into the detail. There's the gap. You want to see close tonight. This is the market. Where's 82 pips? Kind of works out. We're right. We're kind of working right under this 5-minute bar at the moment, aren't we? I'm just going to see how that looks. We'll put that order in here at 82. That's really close. I'm going to put this in, guys, at 79. Again, you don't have to do it. This is one of our trades, standard trade. Zooming right out. We do have a potential stop here. Let's just have a look. It's a pinpoint stop. What is the top? 87.7. We've been triggered in now. 87.7 is the top. This takes us way above that previous high. Look on the dailies. So we've broke what was a monthly structure of the market slowly trotting down. Let's see what happens there. So you obviously don't have to follow what I'm doing. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Let's go and have a look how that bot's doing, because one of the bots is triggered in, the Aussie USD, of course. There's the Aussie USD. OBV has issued a signal here to go short. So we should be seeing the dollar starting to get the strength. Like I said, if you remember at half 2, I did say between 2 and 4 hours time, it should be getting some strength. So the bot's already spotted it at the smaller time frame, as you know. Has anyone got this Aussie USD bot on?
I'm trading it manually, Steve.
Oh yeah, right, fine. So this is going for 3.9%. So does anyone want to trade this manually? I'm just looking at, there must be a big delay into YouTube, I would have thought. Are you going to trade this, Tony? Or Sam? Or anyone speak to me?
I'm talking to you, Steve.
Oh, that's all right. I know the Aussies have gone, haven't they? Well, what's
They've all gone to bed.
all gone to bed. You know, they've all gone to bed.
Another early night.
What time's it in Sydney? Oh, right, no wonder. Yeah, it's 25 past 12 at night. It's yeah. All right, okay. So we'll stop shouting. So gold, I've decided to signal that gold has stopped. So what I'm going to do here, I'm looking for a structural break. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually manually trade this as well. And I'm going to trade this at 65.50. And we're going to have a 21 pip stop. That's over the swing high, including the spread. And we're looking for that structural break there. I got something that makes it look horrible and stands out a lot. So there's a fractal structure there. So when that breaks, the market will come off. Where will it come to? Well, we should revisit these laws again. But what we'll do is we'll put an alert into this consolidation area here to start managing risk. Let's just have a look at what happened with gold. Did we get stopped out for a little bit? Last time I looked, it was 12 pips up. And suddenly I got an alert on a different screen saying we've been stopped. Where's gold? Oh, shut up. So what happened? Let's have a little look. I think we were squeezed. Yeah, we got stopped for, what did we get stopped for? 9.7 pips divided by, we got stopped for 0.92. So nearly 1%. Nearly 1%. So zero.
I took me 1%, Steve. I took 1.25 on both trades.
Did you?
Yeah.
The trouble is, when we're doing this in a big group, I'm trying to cover everything. So well done. It's great. I want every trader in the room to beat me. That's the perfect storm. And then I can sit in the audience. So well done, fella. That's good.
Thank you.
Right. So we've had officially, we've only done 1.92% on gold, which is a shame. Did we? Did 1% on gold, then 0.6. Oh, and then 0.9. Can't add up. 1%, 0.6, 0.92. $2.52. And that should have all been a lot bigger than that, but just kind of managing risk along the way, taking snippets in. And so 2.8 on crude. And that should have been more. I know you made the full whack, Andy, which is brilliant. So that makes us a running total for this afternoon of 5.32% bank. So that's good. I wonder if we can have a crack into, we've got a fractal breakaway here on a 15-minute. And a pullback on a 15-minute bar, which is that one there. I'm just looking at, oh, we're going to get a fractal formation that we can use for a breakout. What we need is we know the 161 Fibos up here, but I would want to come out before 2400, to be fair. This is a fractal here. We want to make sure this fractal doesn't get broken. We're gonna, the top of this is 2390.9, 2391. We'd want that there. Fractals opened up. So we're going to have we don't know where our stop should be at the moment. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. We've got 7.7 to the target. We'll put some alerts on that and see if we can catch it. let's go and have a look at crude, and then we'll go and have a look at what's happening with the FTSE as we're getting on towards half three. Oh, look at that. Straight into my target. You just never know, do you? Flipping it. Did anyone actually trade that while I'm dithering around? Well, that would have been a humdinger trade, wouldn't it? Yeah, that was a 3.5% trade. And we didn't get that. We snapped at it all the way down. Look, we got crude crude was 2.8. So we're going in and out and in and out without the add. We only got 2.8 and it should have been over 3.5. Never mind. It's where it is. Let's go and have a look at FTSE will almost certainly be coming off with crude like this. Oh, not really. I want to get pretty aggressive with this at 4 o'clock. I want this to come off. I think, yeah, I want to get pretty aggressive with this. It's too early yet. It's far too early. So, oh, look at that. Do you know what? It's IG that have done this. Look, so that was a robot, wasn't it? And it moved in the right direction. It tried to do a stop to entry, and IG have said, because they've widened the spread. So when the robots tried to do a stop to entry, IG said no, and the bot switched off. They're a bugger, aren't they? IG. If we could get PRT on a different broker, I'd move from that brokerage. I've got the wrong one here. Where's my where is it? Moving wrong screens. There we are. I'll get the right screen. Has it shown as closed? Aussie USD. Yes, it's been switched off. Aussie USD. Let's see what excuse it come up with. Your trading system was stopped because it tried to place a stop order below the minimum. Yeah. So the broker has widened the spread. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch that one on again. And off we go, because I'm going to do a stop to entry. I tell you, you can get really irritated by IG these days. They're just manipulating the market. I want to find a broker that we can use a spread account on. That'll run pro real time. That is not a market maker, which IG seem to make the market as well as be a broker. So there we go. I'll stop my win. No, I won't stop my win. You know, I always like to have a crack. It's when you are using a broker, you expect it to be a brokerage, not the people trading against you as well. So on here, we're looking at a 10 pip. It's 6 at the moment. 10 pips is 1-to-1, and it's looking for 39 pips. So we've been looking for a much larger trade. There's no more fracker opportunities come up. Oh, It's saying have a wee look at the DAX. Let's just go and have a look at the DAX. I think I might have to go and pour myself a bit of amber nectar before the Prosecco gets cracked.
I think I'll have champagne with the afternoon we've had.
It's been okay, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. We're not really doing a lot on the DAX, are we? Got this gap to run out a bit. You're kind of at a loss, really. They're the expansion targets up here. Got to break through C ball. Didn't like going through. Didn't like the big round number, which I think we put in. All markets bounce off indices. All of them bounce off BRMs, big round numbers. And it's bounced off the BRN. People again have run up, tried and run in and took profits again. The market's come back. It's tried again and it's been sold into at micro levels, 1 minute and below. And now, I think I'll leave it. We'll leave that one alone, and we will give the FTSE a little tickle at 4 o'clock in 20 minutes for it to fall over.
Steve, I've still got an order on the Dow at C-Bowl. Price has moved quite away from C-Bowl now. Is that still valid, that order? Or
Well, I hesitate for the simple reason the market should not be coming up here. It's running up. It's running up for holes in the market. It should fall over. I'm going to leave this until we go on. If the market, if we start coming below Camarilla breakout long, then if we zoom out, let's have a look here. On the 4 hour, this is it is a positive market. So we don't really want to be trading outside of Camarilla breakout long on a positive market. You get your haircut doing that, that's for sure. If it can fall back under C-Bowl for this gap, then I'd be happy with that. I will leave this until 4:30, and if it's still above, then I will just can the trade. Not the trade, can the position, the stop order. Yeah, let's go and look at. A bit annoyed with the crude. It's good that it hit our target, so we got technicals correct. And then I had a stretch target all the way down here, and I thought this is going to be a Monday target, but look at the size of that candle. That's a huge drop, which is good as long as momentum carries on. You can see here on the OBB, it's just coming off, isn't it? If this level breaks here, there's nothing to stop this dropping straight down into 75.12. Nothing. Nothing technically. Oh, we could get on board with that one as well. Because if it does start really dropping off, that'll impact, the big ones, BP, etc. in the FTSE. That'll bring the FTSE down. BP and Shell. Well, there's 4 oil companies in the FTSE, isn't there? 26% of the FTSE is made up of oil and what's that? Nearly 3 billion market cap. Right. Well, do we want to trade it again? I've already made a purse full of rupees. So I tell you what I'm going to I'll put this down. I'll put an alert all the way down here. We don't want to chase a trade. It's what we don't want to do. We need a setup. And at the moment, there is no setup. There is support and resistance trade here where we're breaking structure and we're hopefully not bouncing off a BRN. What we could do is get a bounce off a BRN, a big round number, coming down into here, take a bounce up, and then take a fractal break down to the next level. That could be an option. That certainly could be an option. But once this is broken, $176 a barrel is broken around here. There's nothing stopping it coming down to 75. Technically. Right, what time is it? 43. Gold's still keeping the wiggle on, isn't it? So have we got a 5-minute structure on gold to have a go at? Yes, we have. Will it take us on a 1-to-1 before the big round number? Let's just have a quick look. I don't think it will it? No. We've had a bit out of gold, haven't we? So let's just have a look at this next impulsive wave. So we'll just measure a few of these waves in 5 minutes, and let's just have a look at how they're running. So we'll just measure these waves. 100% is right into that level which smacked it. Next wave is here. Right. Now, what if this is going to push up quite quickly? I mean, carry on aggressively. What we want to see and what you want to measure is the wave. I'll just put that line in there where the 100% is. Another thing to look at when we get these impulsive moves is measure the movement. Let's get rid of some of these all breakouts that we've done. That was eight pips. Where was the next one? I forget now. 9.2. And this next one needs to be able to come within 8. All right. They are indeed getting a bit of, there is consistent. I've got these alerts going off again. What are those alerts? Crude triggering. US tech's triggered coming down. Bitcoin's triggered coming down. Right, need to have a look at these. Do we do this? Do we trade this? It's been running between eight, let's say 8.5 to 9.5, and we need 8. But we've got a big round number in front of us. We've got 8.9, and 8.9 is taking us front run of the 2400. No, we've got enough money. We've made a lot of money anyway.
On
Just
that
think-
gold, Steve, I did a 4-hour fib, and prices just hit like the 50% reversal level, and that target would be at the 618. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's has any relevance or not to it. Didn't know whether you wanted to look at that.
I've already done it. So that's
Oh,
good.
sorry.
No, that's good. I think when we did the Fibbo stuff, I was mentioning to you, I do all these before we come on live, and I have all these things marked down. So, but I don't put them all over the screen all the time because it gets a bit congested as it is with all our different levels that we've got here. So, the 61 is right on just above the BRN. So that's why, if you remember, I did say the 61 was up there, but the BRN's at 2400. So will it get to 61? Don't know. We'd have to sit on it and watch it. But there's no
Right.
reason why we can't. If we focus on, can we focus on 3 things, I guess. We could have oil and gold, and then in 10 minutes, FTSE. So 402 is the Fibbo, isn't it? That had 61.8. But there's a BRN here. So we're going to have a bit of an issue. It's going to get very hit and miss there. That's about as tight as you could do it with getting it right. So really, 3P's 1.86, spreads 3, 8.99, 9 to 402 is the Fibbo. It might do it. Depends if the BRN boys are going to come out. We could 8 point. Do you know what? We'll do it for fun, not for fun, because I'm sure we'll get over 0.5% on this, and we could actually run it into 430 and see what happens. But we should put it at completely risk-free. So that's, oh gosh, that's my alarm to say that the FTSE's getting ready. And we're going to broke the bottom of the fib, aren't we? Bottom of the fractal. I've got a new fractal lower. Right, so I'm taking that off. You've got to have the discipline to have it clear. You've got to have the discipline of implementing the strategy. And it's broken the bottom of that fib. There is a new fib over here, of course. But we'll trap the price. We'll go and have a quick look at the NAS, because that's screaming at me. And I'm going to crack that bottom of Prosecco because it's what time is it in England? It's 9 minutes to 4. It's 9 minutes to 5 here. It's 9 minutes to Prosecco time, so I'm going to open it. I'll go and crack a bottle open and come back. Just have a quick look at the NAS. Right, we've got spiky NAS. Can we get into there? We've got a 60 ATR 60, I think, is it? 30, what is it? ATR 62. And that frac brake, that brake is 62. This and 60, yeah. Do we want to do this? Right. Should be a blinder, it is with the trend. We're going to do that fractal break. If it does break that structure, then we're probably seeing this coming down. We've waited long enough for it. Lots of indecision and rejection down here. It's going with the trend. Let's see if we can get this whacked. Right, crude. Had that bounce I mentioned. This is what we want. We want it to bounce, and then we want it to come curtling off, drag the FTSE down, and let's come away with pockets full of rupees. We'll see. Let's take these colours off at the moment so we can see what we're doing. Right, I'm going to leave the FTSE screen on. We're not going to bother with the DAX. Look at the DAX. I'm just going to alter the other screens I'm looking at with Wall Street. So I can check Wall Street. I can check gold. Can check crude. So we're going to focus on giving this a tickle. Right, I will be back, as they say. And with a glass in hand. I think the chat is frozen on YouTube. There's absolutely nothing happening unless no one's got any questions. Right, I'm just going to crack a bottle open and I'll be back. Won't be long. So we're looking at the 4 o'clock phenomena, all working this end. And it's tough sitting on your hand when you're a newbie. Let's see if we can give this a good old bash. It'd be nice to finish off on a bit of a rip, wouldn't it? All right. We just waited. Oh, I'm on the wrong time frame. Sorry, it should be on 5 minutes. So what we're looking for here, at round about 4 o'clock, we're looking for a 5 minute bar, ideally closing under the 9 EMA. Turn his frackers off. Let's turn for the moment, we'll turn the EODs off as well. We need this one to close under that 9 EMA, and then we can. Well, we're already trading, so I'm just showing you giving you a heads up of what you'd need to do. So it's not quite closed under the 9 EMA. Let's have a look at what that actually says. 9 EMA is at 82.79, and the low was 82. Oh, yeah, 82.70. The close on the eight. It closed 1 pip above the level we required it to. Gold, that's triggered. Gold's coming down. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of a few of these alerts. Don't need them because we're watching. We're just going to focus on a couple of things. We're up 5.32%. I'd like to make that a nice 6.3 if possible by the end of this session. So the actual bar, people in the room will know, the actual bar will be a 5-minute bar, 4 o'clock. If it's going to, if the market is going to come off, and the reason I mention these that went for a power nap. You're dreaming of golf balls here, Pete. Must be a long walk down the fairway. Right. Come on, let's get a wiggle on. Pete, you keep coming in the room, Pete, but you don't actually arrive. I'm not sure what's going on. Have I locked everybody out the room?
I'm still here, Steve.
Yeah, I'm just. Hey, yeah, I was tired from golf this morning. Yeah. Here we are. He's trying to get in again. Come on. Yeah, I'll keep admitting it. Bingo.
There we go.
Hiya, Pete. You keep trying to come in and it keeps going bing bong and disappearing again.
Yeah, it tells me I've got to wait for you to let me in.
I've been pressing the let you in button.
Anyway, back now.
Yeah. Oh, Roger's in as well. Hi, Roger. Yeah, I'm not looking. I'm looking all the different rooms and I hadn't had the list of everyone that was. Oh, Fractal Bots just gone in. You see that? The little fracker. That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know that this would be really nice, wouldn't it, for the market to now come crashing off? Little
Oh,
fracker
yeah.
just to knock in a nice 3%. And that would take us to 5.5, 6.5, 7, 8.5, and then they'll take half on the other one. That would take 9% for the day, for the afternoon. And you know, no one could argue with that because it's all recorded. Not that anybody does. Although some of us, Andy, has done a lot better with these trades.
Had a nice, had a nice afternoon.
Yeah. I'll get out in this. I think when we finish, we'll get out in the sun. I think these American markets need to come off. I think they're holding on. one thing you got to say for the Americans, they don't have support their country, don't have support their indices buying, even though, they just do. Be good if the English supported the UK industry, wouldn't it, really, and started buying into that as well, but we don't. Never mind. So what we're looking for here, just to remind ourselves, we don't count the bots anyway, because the bots have been making money as well today. So we don't actually count how we're doing with the bots, because they'll start skewing the results. Because rejection market does not want to come down. It's the Dow keeping it up. Let's just have a look how we're doing so far. I've not updated some of the results today, but there's a result, is a sheet that last. So so far this month, we had a stop to entry, haven't we, on the Aussie USD, and then I did another stop to entry before on the USD because the market finished. We did a 2-pipper stop to 2-pip on the FTSE as well. We've got some new amendments to the bots. It's yeah. So we can't add all that because it skews the results, doesn't it? While we're waiting, right. Put this to one side. I don't know why it's right. Put this to one side. I don't know why it's done. Put this to one side. I don't know why it's done. Put this to one side. I don't know why it's done. Put this to one side. I don't know why it's done. Oh, is that better? I'm pressing the wrong buttons here, guys. That's better. Right. I've got too many screens open, and I think I must have opened the YouTube screen up. Let's have a look at this Slack. Right, here we are. You probably didn't see this morning, Pete, that been doing Chat GPT using through the API, the Python code. It's been learning, experiential learning. And this morning, it was fighting against me. So every morning I put this breaking news up. It's I use ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity as a group of search engines, and we go and have a look at about 30 different areas in the market every day, and it gives me a report on what's happened over the last 12 hours, summary points, etc., etc., and tells me pulls out the economic calendar information, and then gives me, from an AI perspective, things to look at. So it said today, have a look at the FTSE, have a look at the DAX, have a look at the DAX, have a look at gold. We've smashed lots on gold. We've done really well on oil. We've got a blooded nose, and we haven't done anything yet on the FTSE. We didn't look at the DAX, and we're looking at to do something on the Nasdaq. And this is a report that we kind of generate all the time. Now, all the time, what I mean by all the time, I'm going to do it this week, and I've been off for a few days this week. Now, ChatGPT, when I opened it up this morning to set the code rerunning, it said, I fully understand what you've been doing. Do you want me to do what you've done for the past 4 occasions? So I said yes. And it went away and absolutely delivered a lot of rubbish. Absolute lot of rubbish. And I couldn't dissuade it from doing anything. So I had to disconnect it from the code and rewrite a prompt to get something together. So this ChatGPT is really good, but it could be really bad in the wrong hands, like mine. Yeah, you've now got a bit of software that says, I've seen what you've been doing. Do you want to do the same? Repeat yourself. I thought, oh, this is a clever trick. It's learning what we do, the habits, and just went away and did a load of crap. And Perplexity never stopped it, neither did Claude. So just a warning, be careful of ChatGPT, guys.
Yeah.
When you try and get clever, it beats you and turns you into a dumb. So right, so these are all the different trades that we've been doing. So we were 15% last month. Where's the stats for last month? June. We're at the 26th today. Where's June's? Oh, where's June's? There it is. So June made 15%, 15.23%. Average win at 77%. A lot of bots. The worst bot performed was running at 58%, and the best bot's winning 100% of the time. 15%. And at the moment, we're running at 8%, I think, a bit better than 8%, because we've had some more little bit, no, 11% actually. What am I talking about? 11.4. So we're getting towards 15% again this month, which is not bad at all. The indie, I'm going to do the indie box. I did say I was going to do them last week, but I had visitors, so I didn't. But this weekend, I might have a crack at just doing a lot of the putting them into the machine learning loop and getting them running and running and running, then run them through the Monte Carlos and see if we can improve them. And then we'll talk about the indie bots next week. Look at this. Can you see here that I was just reading the candles and the price action? The market is trying to come off and it's just getting rejected. All these long wicks, these are all rejection wicks. On the plus side, we are started to close under the 9 EMA. So the bulls, looking at the volume, the OBB, are letting us know that the bulls are giving up. The bulls are giving up, and this is going to roll down. So this is the heads up on balance. On balance, volume is on its way down. So we should be okay. We've got 15 minutes to go. What we need to do is to wait until the settling, as you know, because there are orders to close that are placed on the FTSE at 4:30, and the market can have quite a nice little wiggle on down into the close. Go on. So what I'm going to do over the weekend, I'm going to write a series of interrelated prompts, a prompt to check a prompt, and then I'll get Perplexity to check Claude and Claude to check ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT to test both of those to give me a result and a scraping of all that data, and then we can see if we can produce a report from everything that's happening from around the world. Because at the moment, I don't think it's either the technology or me, but I'm sure it's probably a mix of both. But ChatGPT, to do what we want it to do an economical search of the internet consistently and accurately, it can't do it. It's proven it can't do it. And the risk is when you run start running identical routines, it starts to understand the routine and then wants to do it itself. Just, would you like me to repeat what we did yesterday? The trouble is, when you say yes, it appears that some of the research looks at today. Another areas of the research understands that it's doing what it did yesterday. So you get a mixed bag. I need to find a way of it saying, yes, please do the same, but make sure it's n+1, for the date. You'll get there in the end. Just the guys in the, do you find it of any use? Is it worth me doing all this messing around, do you think? Is it worth?
Well,
Right.
I've been reading it, Steve. I've been looking at it, but it's a bit early days to actually say, to take a view on it. But I have been reading it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you say something, Pete?
So yeah, I have a look at it. I have a read through in the morning, so I find it interesting.
I'd like to get it a bit sharper, but you can't get AI to give you a trading recommendation, can you? And what you should actually do. That's a bit dangerous, isn't it? But I think it's good for me when I run the robots in the morning, rather than having to look at multiple websites, I simultaneously look at 30 all at once, and it scripts all the data, and I can take a view on all that overnight data, which is quite good. And then goes into a report, but I don't have to put a report out. I can just put the poignant data into a trade plan for the day, so I issue a trade plan every day of exactly what we're going to do anyway. Oh, Roger, I read it also. Good. So I might change the format a little bit. I put it on it's on LinkedIn on the HARKO webpage, and in the space of a couple of days, it's had 48 subscribers all going on to get it delivered direct. And the problem is LinkedIn is absolutely garbage for the newsletter, the software you have to put it in, and the templates. It constantly doesn't save things, and you've got to go over and over and over again. What should be a 5-minute job is an hour and a half, and it's just not worth the effort. So I might put a blog on the website and then just put the report on the website. So there's a blog every morning on the daily news. You can't put it on, I can put it on, obviously put it into Slack. It's not a problem at all. I was thinking of kind of making the news available to a wider audience, because it's just news, isn't it? But there's no way. What I wanted to actually do is to do make an avatar behind a desk reading the news. So rather than having a PDF that I issue every day, we have someone that reads the news every morning. It's a short live video that runs every single morning. It tells everybody the news. I'm not sure whether people would watch that or not. Because it wouldn't be bi-directional. It'd just be the news being read, I've put there's some disclaimers in because it's scraped news from registered agencies and sites from all over the world. But some of that, we do use Yahoo, Bloomberg, Reuters, some pretty credible, FX, Street, Morning Star. There's loads of them. All the big suppliers of data, which is dangerous because you want to make sure we don't have it biased from American data, because a lot of American data is rubbish. It's all, bias, isn't it? All got agenda. We want a mixed bag of news. Well, the market is fighting like a what's it, isn't it? Not to come down. So we're gonna have to wait till 4:30 into the close for 10 minutes when we're going to settle in, I think. It's just on balance, it's down. We're getting rejections to the bottom, rejections to the top. Just needs to let go. These Akinashi indecision candles here. Absolutely. There's a fight to the top and a fight to the bottom. Now, it's a psychological thing here. The market's moved up quite a lot. It's moved up more than the 5-day ATR, as we know. So, Mr. Investor, Mr. Swing Trader, I would say, Mr. Investor's going to hang on. Mr. Swing Trader's got a little think about this. He's made quite a lot of money over the week. Is he going to hang into it over the weekend, or is he going to put an order in to sell at 4:30? We'll wait and see what happens. People are still buying. The Dow won't give up. It's the Dow's putting in some high rejection bars, but it's not giving up. We're just getting some of the big players as well. Microsoft is just rolling over as well. Some of the big, Magnificent Seven are starting to roll. That should bring the American markets off. Which will make gold very indecisive. So with a nice pullback here, and we're trading above the 9 EMA. So I'd like to see a bit more in the body, but that's a 15-minute bar reversal. Yeah. Market staying up. It's not punching down under that baseline, is it? I'll go back to the FTSE. Say again?
Just saying it is definitely wanting to hold up there at the moment.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. I'm going to keep an eye on it on the other screen. 4 minutes to go. I will trade that, I think. On balance, volume has not gone below the baseline. If these American markets do a reversal, gold will just go up like a rocket, and that'll take us straight into the target. Absolutely nothing happening here either, is there? So, a bit of a pain. 5 minutes to go. When the market fiddles around like this in the charts where you have to fiddle, it really makes you think that you might want to start using trading view for above say. Although it's like stepping out of a Formula One car into a Mini, isn't it, if you got a trading view? But at least the Mini works. Come on. Well, so it'd be quite interesting to watch and see what actually happens into the close. So at 4:30 we should see. Well, at 4:30 we'll start to see the settling. So a 25 pip stop, and we're 9 pips down, 10 pips down. We're not quite 0.5% down. I'd hate to give 0.5% back. It'll be trading as usual next week, guys. We're back on Monday morning as per normal. We've got EOM, sorry, next week as well, I believe. End of the month. We've got a few trades to have a crack at. When's the yeah, 31st is a Wednesday, isn't it? So I will be on for the Aussie EOM. And I'll also be on for the Dow and the DAX EOM as well on an evening, as well as the normal trades. So we'll be trading early session, 8 o'clock session, 2:15 session, and then 9 o'clock session, 8:30 session. So we're doing 4 sessions that day. There we are. We've just hit closing now. So orders to close, we should start seeing some movement. I would hope the movement will be to the downside with orders being closed off. Let's to make it interesting, let's get it into the 1 minute and see what happens. Over the next 5 to 10 minutes, we want to see this coming into profit. There's cash markets officially closed, of course. No. So 11.8, roughly probably 12 with what's happened today, a bit more with the frackers. And last month we made 15.4%. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, plus possibly today, to add 3.5%, 4% to make it 15 again for the month. You're quite interested on the stats to see how much these robots make every month. You know, real tools. Even 10% a month would be fantastic, wouldn't it, really? 10% a month compounded. That's quite a big number, isn't it? What'll that be? About 180% return a year, 200% a year. Double your account every year just by using the bowling balls, the frackers. Come on, fall over. There's no selling, is there? What I'm going to do with this trade here is when we get to 440, I'm going to move the stop down because the market carries on going up. I don't want to give 1% away. And we're going to have a quick shifty at the American markets and see if there's anything that we can have a go at. we've got some new guys on board as well. I did mention we wanted two or three new ones would be good to help and bring them into the fold and show them the strategies. That would be nice. And we've got a guy from Scotland who's living in Geneva. Not works in Geneva. He's living in Switzerland. Well, Geneva. And yeah, that would be good. And then we've got another guy who found the fractal robots and he wants to join. So that's good into the private group. I suppose I should advertise that we actually run a private trading group, but it's been bothered to do it really. Sorry, that's Shopify. Someone's buying something. Probably some indicators, maybe, I don't know. It's a good job I don't run the room for a living, isn't it? Oh, there's three different people. There's three people buying, or some, you know, sometimes you get excited, you hear the ding, ding, ding of the Shopify, and where it is, it's everyone going to the website to download all the freebies, which is nice as well. Just means people that are interested in what we do, you know, the waffle that we talk about. Well, it's not giving up. We've got 6 more minutes, 5 more minutes, and there's nothing really closing off, is there? We're just under 0.5%. I am going to, could I put this stop to 12.5? That's just, rather than use maths, I'll use my ruler. 12, I'm going to put this to 12. When it gets to 440, I'm going to set the stop to 12.5. So we'll limit our exposure in the market to 0.5%. Quite happy to take 0.5% really loss on the basis we've made well over 5% today, this afternoon, sorry. And the American markets should be rolling off. And if the American markets do roll off, then they will bring the FTSE down with them and we'll get our money back, which should be nice. But if it hasn't got your money back by 9 o'clock and it's still in the market, then take it off and cut the trade. Maximum loss is 0.5%. Okay, the market is not coming off. There we are, the robot. There we are. Robots just, we did have 11.4 and FTSE robots just come off for -1%. I'm just going to turn that robot off now for the weekend because it's out of hours. Stop it. Aussie USD bots still working. I'm going to turn the crude bot off. Going long. Don't need that either. BBOs. I need to put the NASDAQ BBO on. I'll do that later. So 0.5%. Let's just have a look. Got a few more minutes to go. What's happening with that Aussie USD? We wanted that. We're waiting for that break, aren't we? Here, the structural break here, which hasn't happened yet. We'll see. Where's the Richter scale? So we've got US dollar at 5.5 and we've got the Aussie at 5. So eyes to the USD slightly, you have it. It looks like it's breaking structure, doesn't it? So we might get a nice sneaky peek into the afternoon and get this market rolling off, which would be nice. Put an alert down at 17, which is 1.7%. And what's that stop on here now? It's 21. Not that, yeah, 21, 1% down here. So, we'll see. Oh, yeah, there's no selling off at all. Flipping out. We might have to take a 1% hit on that. I'm not going to move the stop. I would move the stop if we'd had a double top here. But it's continued up, so it doesn't look like there's any selling into the market at all. So what we'll probably find is the Northern European session shutting, we should start seeing some interest in gold because people start moving on to what they can trade. So we'll leave this. I will put a line in the sand and I'll make a note of how this performs there. If we get stopped, then that's minus 1%. Just so I remember. We want to make sure we get these things accurate. So we didn't get that close. Bit unfortunate. 4 seconds to go, that's it. The close will be declared around this area here. So we've left a closing gap on the FTSE for Monday, which will be a magnet for us to trade. So there we are. We're above. You can see once the market moves above Camarilla breakout long, the chances of a breakaway are quite high. But we were hoping that would be contained with a Friday rollover. But it goes to show this is real trading, and you can't win all the time. It just doesn't work that way. You got to trade what you see. What we see at the moment is the market's got strength. The market's got strength because of the Dow. In the afternoon, the Dow has a massive influence on the FTSE. In the morning, the FTSE has a massive influence on the Nasdaq futures. That's just the way it works. So if this comes up towards this gap, it's going to pull the FTSE up and may knock us out. I'm going to leave this here with a 20% optimism that we might get clicked in. I'm not bothered if we don't. What I do want to look at is gold. People should be looking at gold, and that should be getting a wiggle on. Yes, it is. So there's a 15-minute bar there. Have you took that, Pete, straight away?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take that now. We're going to smash the button as fast as we can on this with a 4.5. 5.5, guys. 5.5. If you can beat me in, then that's great. That is an active 5-minute bar there. Is there I like that bar because it's a fractal break as well. So we're not going to go for a 15. We're just going to smash this. We need to be under that fractal structure. That was the trade. That was a lovely bar there, break of there to be nice and aggressive. Now you can take a 15-minute bar. And the 15-minute bar is just about where we are now. And this is a lovely candle, opening it up above the 9 EMA. Lovely. And that hopefully will give us 1%. Actually, that might just offset in the sequence. The sequence, when you say sequence in trading, it's a term for a portfolio of things that are trading. So in the sequence, in the overall portfolio, you are looking at potentially losing 1% and taking another 1% out on a win on gold. So what I'm going to do with this, because I like this, we're going to keep that 5 pip stop, and we're going to run this up to 399 for tonight. That is going to, is that 12.9? So that's going to give us 2 point, what is that? 5, 10, 2.8, 2.5, 2.58. Get it right in a minute. Or 2.6. Tell you what, I'll get my calculator to do it. 12.6 divided by 5. 2.52. So another gold trade. 2386.4. We've got a 5 pip stop, and we have a 12.6 target, and we're looking for another 2.58. So if we lose on the FTSE and win on the gold, we'll on balance come out another 1.52, which will take us to 6.8% for the day, which could be nice. Right, final look before I go, because my Prosecco glass is empty. Well, we're only 5 pips away from heaven. Or hell, depending how you think about it. What's crude doing? Is crude, I don't suppose crude's moving. No, that doesn't help. Crude's just after coming down, hitting the Friday target and then the ultimate target, we've now bounced. So it's not looking like the OBV. It's not looking likely that crude's going to give FTSE any helping hand coming down. Let's just go and have a final look at the US markets before we kick it into touch. We're going to leave this gap, aren't we? By the look of it. This gap's going to be left on the US 500. We're now broke out on camera breakout long. On balance volumes up. Renko blocks are up. Let's go on a multi-filter. If you want to trade the S&P, then we're out of C-ball. A break, if you want to do a fractal break, a 5-minute fractal breakaway is on. 4 fills. Let's just have a look at it as an MTF signal on here, a multi-time frame signal. 5. Right, okay. 1 filter, yes. 2, we need 54.65, not quite. So 1 filter, yes. 2 filters, yes. 3 filters, yes. As soon as we get into 64s, now, as soon as we break out of here, we have the MTF 4 filter is a very strong signal. Never trade against them, a 4 filter trade. Or you can trade with one that you can do really well, of course, but flipping heck. There is, of course, a 15-minute bar. Pete, did you trade that 15-minute bar?
No, not on my plan.
No. Do you know what? That's music to my ears. Nice for the trader to come back and say, great opportunity, but I'm not going to do it. It's not on my plan. That's what you call discipline. That's what you need as a trader. I would potentially get interested. I've got, as you know, as Pete mentioned about plans, and you have to have them. Where's my plan for the day? There's my plan for the day. My plan for the day is a 15-minute bar. So it's on my plan. And there is a 15-minute bar, but I'd be reluctant to take it because we don't have a 4 filter back in it. And I would be happy if it's broke out here and I can get a 15-minute bar to the daily high, then that would be good. We've got a 15-minute 200 EMA in our favor. We don't have the hour, and that's pretty key. When if you're a 15-minute bar trader, ideally you want the 4 hour and the 1 hour in your favor. It just ups the probability of it working. We have got a very loose W for win coming in on a 4 hour here. It's pretty loose, I must say. Other people could argue we've got a potential head and shoulders pattern coming on here, but it'd be a bit of a wonky head and shoulders at the moment on the 1 hour for going down. So first shoulder here, head here, down, second shoulder, maybe stop in here. And that would give you a head and shoulders reversal pattern. It's all a bit scrappy. It's all a bit scrappy. We've been triggered into gold. We're 1 pip down at the moment, but I can't get too excited about that. Right, any questions before I go, guys? No? Right, okay, we'll have a great weekend, and we'll be returning back to the normal schedule next week. Apart from Wednesday, there'll be very early morning trading as well as the early, because it's EOM and we trade the EOM on the ASX, and then we have late night trades. So Wednesday it'll be a fun day, full of trading, lots of volatility, and hopefully lots of rupees. So have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Steve.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, Steve. Thanks very much.
All right, no problem, guys. Bye-bye.